What is going on, Bull Nation, and welcome to another Destiny 2 video. In today's video, I am going to teach you guys how to complete the Nightfall super duper easy, what are the best loadouts you could do, and the best strategy to get around the Nightfall. So let's go ahead and start off with the loadout. Recommendation for subclasses, I would recommend anything that requires a roaming super. I would not recommend multiple arc because the boss cannot be killed like on one stage. So what I would recommend is anything that has a roaming super. So you're probably going to want to go with a Dawnblade. You're going to want to go with a Stormcaller, a Pole Dancer, anything that involves a roaming super, and something that you might not want to get too close to because, he usually ground pounds. So, you could even use the Golden Gun. So anything that involves you being a good distance or not having to get too close to him, or just a roaming super in general, would be the best fit for any subclass. Now, as far as weapons are concerned, I would highly recommend, if you have the Hardlight, definitely Hardlight is kind of requirement when it comes to Nightfall. It's the best exotic one you could use. And if you have an exotic to pick from and you have that one high leveled, would highly recommend you pick up the Hardlight, because the Hardlight does greatly well when it comes to the Nightfall, especially with the different changes of Arc, Void, and Solar. If you don't have the Hardlight, then I would recommend you guys using a scout rifle that is part of you're able to pick up from the quest. And this scout rifle is called the Nameless Midnight. Now, the Nameless Midnight is actually a really good scout rifle. Not only that, but it also comes with kind of explosive rounds, which makes it a really good scout rifle. You can pick this one up after you complete the story mission. So if you guys haven't picked it up, definitely go ahead and pick that up. For your kinetic weapon, you're probably going to want to run something that shoots really fast, like an auto rifle, SMG, anything that you have in that sense. Or even if you were to pick the Sunshot, it would still be pretty good, because remember, that Solar Burn Plus, it does the extra explosive damage. So you're going to be wanting ahead and go and put that in your solar perk. And of course, in the bottom one, anything with rockets would be number 1. Sniper would be number 2. Anything else would actually work as well. Now remember, when it comes to picking up guns, you're going to want to make sure you pick the guns based on whatever subclass you're running. So you're going to want to offset that subclass. So for example, if you're running Arc, you're going to want to go with Solar and Void. If you're running Solar, if you're running Arc, you're going to want to go with Solar and Void. If you're running Solar, you're going to want to go with Arc and Void. Depending on what subclass you're running, you're going to want to offset those with the guns. Recommended subclasses would be a Hunter. Titan would definitely have to be kind of a requirement for this Nightfall, just because it makes it a little bit easier to go through the loops, especially if you're a Hunter. It's a lot easier. So if you have a Hunter in your fire team, you just need one. Usually have him get the top loops, and then you and your fire team can handle the bottom loops. Now, this week's Nightfall requires you not to kill ads in order to get your timer up, but it requires you to go jump through loops that are located without the map. Now, they are not entirely of the map. There's only certain sections that the loops will display. The first time you'll encounter the loops is once you get across the ones that teleport you, and you're going down to the bottom, is where you're going to encounter loops. Now, there's going to be 3 sets of loops. One that goes down the middle all the way to the bottom. There's going to be one to the right and one to the left. Just split yourself into 3. Have the Hunter take the right side. Have whoever else is running on the left side, and have someone go ahead and take the bottom ones. There's 2 sets of bottom ones that you should be able to run through and get your timer up. Now, remember, you also got to be killing ads while you're doing this. So once the top right hand side has cleared his loops, just have him shoot the ads, or have the left one shoot the ads. Or what you could do is just wait up top, kill the ads first before you run the loops, and then get ready to run the loops. Next up, you're going to go ahead and have the time to go and run through the desert area. Now, this is actually pretty easy. Just get on your Sparrow, get in position. Once again, the loops will be divided into 3 spots, left, right, and middle. Have everybody stand on the designated side, and just go run through the loops as much as you can. The middle one's actually the pretty hard one, so you're going to probably want to clear a couple ads before you do that. If you can't clear the ads, just go ahead and just go with it. Go with your gut stakes. Now, there's going to be 2 enemies that you're going to have to kill. One's going to be in the left bunker. One's going to be in the right bunker. Sometimes when you do this a little bit too fast, the one on the right bunker might spawn all the way to the bottom where you pull the lever. So just keep that in mind if you don't see him up there. This time, just wait for your super to be activated, in the sense of where it says Solar, Arc, or Void. Once you have that activated, just go ahead and kill the ad fairly quickly. Now, remember, there is going to be a big Centurion in the middle. You're going to want to clear him out, because when it turns Arc, he becomes a pain in the patootie when it comes to killing the rest of the people who are on the tunnel. So make sure you take him out fairly quickly. Now, once you clear the Centurions, there's going to be 2 levers that you have to pull down. Pull down those levers and jump through the hoops. Once you jump through the hoops, you'll go ahead and be presented to the top platform, where you have to drop down. And there's going to be a lot of Vex, or depending on what Cabal running around with little doggies and everything there. All you have to do in this stage, you don't even have to kill anybody. Just get together with your fire team and run a circle around it until the teleporters get in place. Once the teleporters are currently in place, you're then able to proceed and jump through the loops once again to the other section. This part is where it can become tricky, because this is where you kind of have to be a little bit coordinated. You're going to want to be all together so everybody runs. Remember, if it's solar, try to avoid the high platforms, because the snipers will be able to snipe you. Also remember that the tankers are also solar, so try to make sure you try to run this when it's not solar, but if you have to go, just run it well it's solar. Just try to dodge the snipers as much as you can. Once you get through this area, you're going to be presented to the part where you have to kind of maneuver through the maze, where you have the spinning circle-y thingies going around you, trying to take you out. The best way to do this is divide yourself once again into sets of 2. You're going to want to set the hunter or titan up above to get the top rings, and you're going to want the whoever is in the L's to get the bottom rings, the warlock or titan. This should be the best way to do it. Once the creek thing here is, just make sure at least one of you gets across, because then you will automatically get pulled to the boss encounter. Now, one of the interesting things here is actually the boss is actually one of the easiest boss to get completed. What you're going to want to do is just go ahead and have the have everything ready. Once you get to the boss stage, start DPSing him, bring his health down to a quarter. Once you get his health down to a quarter, you guys should be pretty good and solid to go. And he will go ahead and bring the platforms back down again. Once he brings down the platforms, what you're going to do, there's going to be little kind of sections where you can stand and kind of take cover, and just shoot him as much as you can. Just take cover there. You can avoid the ground as well if you get on top of that platform. Once you get on top of that platform, throw grenades if it's solar, void, or arc, and then he's going to go ahead and go down to a quarter of a health. He will then bring down the platform once again, and there's a time where you want to have your super. Make sure you have your super for this final stage. Once you see that it changed to a specific color or a specific element, make sure you have your super ready. Pull out your super and start going ham on him and take him out. And that is how you complete the Nightfall. Fairly super duper easy, and that is how you get it done. I want to know from you guys, if you have attempted this Nightfall, have you guys been able to complete it? And number 2, have you tried the pristine edition of the Nightfall? Do you consider it to be hard, or do you consider it to be easy? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it informative. Now, if you did, please remember to help me out by liking the video, and most importantly, sharing the video with your friends. If you want to stay up to date with all things gaming, make sure you hit that sub button. And if you want to get in touch with me and stay informed on the latest things that are happening in the channel, the best way is to hit me up on Twitter at GFLaserbolt. The link is down below, and also follow me on Twitch. If you would like to support the channel, you can always join the Laser Nation by supporting us via Patreon. Once again, the link is also down below. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.